Welcome to another edition of Biro Sports Talk. I'm your host, Biro, and as always, every retro has your gaming needs. Definitely give them a look. But as we're here, as always, I'm your host with the most, Biro. And as always, we are talking this draft right now. And like we did last time, we're going to use walterfootball.com as kind of a point of emphasis. Like, this is what people are wanting, this is their draft picks. We're going to go from there. Speaking of which, though, if you ever have any questions, feel free to email biosportstalk@gmail.com. And let's not forget, we're on all sorts of platforms. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, let alone Instagram. So, there we are. There you have it. Let's take it down a little bit. There we go. All right. So let's get to it, shall we? So, first things first, let's start with the AFC. So, AFC North, you got your Bengals, Browns, and let's not forget the Steelers and Ravens. So where are they picking right now? So this was updated today, so that's good. Because I know Walter Football usually starts getting updates pretty regularly. The first one I see, though, the Ravens at 14. So at 14, I see they have Baltimore going with Charles Cross, a tackle out of Mississippi State. Now, what do I think of this pick? Personally, it's not a bad pickup. You look at it, it really isn't that bad. Oh, don't do that. Okay, good. But anyways, this is not a bad pickup. Trevor Penning is another option they give. I like a tackle for them. I think tackle is probably something they can pinpoint. Depending on everyone else's picks and needs, this is a great pickup, and I can't argue with it at all. You got to protect. Next, in the picks, of course. I see a Pittsburgh. So we'll go right there. So Pittsburgh at 20. And this is not a bad pickup. I know we mentioned him for other teams, but in this one, but if they stay at this 20 position, I do like the Kyle Hamilton pick, safety, linebacker out of Notre Dame. He's a good player. It's a position they kind of need a game changer at. And Hamilton could be that guy. I remember him being a pretty decent player in college. Big talk, though, about them trading up to get Malik Willis. And I'm not so sure about Tyler Linderbaum, a center. I know they need line, but I don't know if he's the answer there for Pittsburgh. Oh, excuse me. Moving right along, as one does. The Bengals are at 31. They have the Bengals going Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle. Okay, not terrible. The Bengals signed Lyle Collins, Alex Kappa, and Ted Karras. So they won't be drafting offensive line. But they do think they'll go the opposite side of the ball since they lost Larry Ogunjobi in free agency. Wyatt's very talented defensive tackle. Even though he's bigger framed, he's very quick. Personally, I don't mind the pick. I like this pick better. Daxton Hill, Andrew Booth, corners. Eli Apple, he can be a corner, yes, but I think getting depth so that you can move on from Eli Apple, have him for a year or two again, but get someone you can groom to take over that job. That would help benefit you. And I mean, defensive end, they also have David Ojobo. Excuse me, wow. Jabo. Jabo. You know who I'm saying. Nonetheless, another lineman for the defense. So again, not terrible, not great. And then, of course, the Browns trading their picks away. They are in the second round, though, at number 44. Let's be honest, I don't mind the pick. So the pick is George Pickens, wide receiver out of Georgia. Why don't I mind this pick? He's a 6'3" guy. They haven't signed. Oh, excuse me. They haven't signed Jarvis Landry or Odell Beckham, as a lot of rumors are saying. However, I like. Did Landry get released or was Landry traded? I can't remember. Let me double check. He is a free agent. Okay, so they did release him. That's what I thought. But anyways, going George Pickens just helps move the team on from that pick. Another thing I would have liked is, excuse me, man, maybe some defense, back end defense, because obviously the front's good. You need like some corners to help give some depth back there. But I like this wide receiver pick. I like Pickens. I think it's going to be a great pick if they get him. So, man, just running right through this AFC North like it's nothing, man. But speaking of the second round, let's continue on at 45. They have the Ravens going defensive end as well. Or this time, and I can't agree more. I think it's a good pick. You need some more depth there, especially if Calais Campbell just leaves. He's getting up there in age, and he might leave soon. So it would be very beneficial for him to join. Oh, excuse me. If they miss out on Malik Willis by not trading up, I don't see a problem with Sam Howell here. Sam Howell was the original number one guy in this quarterback class. Here he is now being... He might be the fourth or fifth guy off the board, but hey, Sam Howell, not a bad pickup there. I don't mind him being in the second round. And of course, you got the Bengals late in the second round. They have Christian Harris, a linebacker. Can't agree more. Get some more linebacker, get some talent for that defense. And because we have the third round pulled up as a just in case, we might as well just go right through the AFC North in the second round. So let's see. Where's their first third round pick? Right there's Baltimore. Jalen Pitre, safety, corner. Not a bad pick. Maybe would have liked another lineman here to protect, Lamar. But not bad. They also could use some corner and safety help, like a lot of teams. A lot of teams need that depth for that position. I see. It's 20 seconds. Nice to see here, Chronic. But gotcha. 20 seconds behind. Anyways, the Browns, defensive end. Come on, man. I know you got Javion Clowney more than likely coming back. I don't think a defensive end here, even though more depth is never bad, I just don't like that pick, personally. I think you could go like a Luke Godecki, get some lineman help. Even a Leo Chanel linebacker's not bad for a third round pick, but defense end, I just don't see it there at the third round. Maybe fourth and fifth, but not the third. Speaking of which, the Steelers. They want to make him draft 2 offensive linemen early in this draft. Abraham Lucas, offensive tackle from Washington State. Luke Godecki would have been good. Zach Tom's another one in this little grouping that's all like tackles, guards, tackle centers. It's not bad. Not bad. Wouldn't mind that. It helps them solidify their line, helps them get a little better. And of course, your runners up, the Bengals, they have them going cornerback again here. Tariq Castro-Fields, not bad, cornerback. I know they just signed some guys to guard for their offensive line, but depth wouldn't be bad. Like a Luke Fortner. Wouldn't mind seeing like a Likely, if he's still available, at tight end. That kind of gets me a little bit more excited for the pick. But still in the third round, the Browns do have another pick. They have Darian Kinnard going offensive tackle here. Okay, I can see it. At 99, at a 100, the Ravens, they had him go linebacker. I like the linebacker position pick here. More depth, more talent. And that's it for your AFC North. Hey, I stretched it out another 5 minutes. What good are we? Alright, anyways. So not bad. But how can the NFC North, the one team that I truly care about is in this last section. And of course, we'll talk about them along with the others. So, first up in this NFC North, you got the Lions, man. The Lions. This one's, they're either getting Trayvon Walker or they're going to get Aiden Hutchinson. I like the pick because the Lions need to start somewhere. I don't think they're going to give up on Jared Goff just yet. If they do, it'll be like a second round, third round guy. More likely second. But I like Trayvon Walker. I would have liked Drake London, but Trayvon Walker makes a lot of sense. And just to surprise everyone, I could also see a Kayvon Thibodeau because he's just versatile. He's a very talented player. And as much as I would want to see them get some linemen, they need some splash for the Lions, and they need some consistency. But so far, that's about right, though. Next up in the NFC North, you got the Vikings. The Vikings finally cutting loose their long-time coach. Still got Kirk Cousins. Still got a very talented team. They have them picking Trent McDuffie, cornerback. Personally, I wouldn't mind trading down at the 12 pick. They could trade down. I don't know if Jordan Davis, the defensive tackle, is what they need. McDuffie's not a bad pick at corner. They don't really need that. So I really do think trading down is the best option for them. But if I had to pick something, Trent McDuffie's not a bad pick. Corner. I don't see Stingley dropping that low. I don't see Gardner dropping that low. So you're stuck with Duffy right there, and that's not terrible. McDuffie's pretty good. He's just not. He's my height, which is okay. 5'11". Oh. There we go. But, as I was saying, not bad. Moving right along to the other half of the first round. Because you know the other half of the first round has, as I clicked one too many buttons. Loading. Alright, so the other team in the first round from the NFC North are your Packers, man. The Packers, and I mean the Lions have another pick too, but the Packers, oh no. Oh no, there's an ad. No, it's alright. So, the Packers are picking 22 in the first round. And their pick, I find this interesting. So will the Packers finally draft wide receiver? A lot of people hope they do. Christian Watson, wide receiver, North Dakota State. Come on, man. I don't see that being the guy. I don't think they'd reach for him. I do think they could do like a Zion Johnson or Kenyon Green guard at this position, since receivers pretty deep usually for a position. They also mentioned like if Drake London drops, Chris Olave drops. I don't see both dropping. I don't even see one of them dropping. I think people are going to try to get those receivers. But Christian Watson, not terrible. He's a big, tall guy. But I could see guard here. Moving down to the next Packers pick at 28. This is where I could see the Christian Watson wide receiver. I could see it at 28. They have him going David Ajabo, defensive end, linebacker. I could see it. He's talented. He would help with the rotation. But I like Christian Watson better here at 28. There's also a Jahan Dotson. Not my guy. Wide receiver out of Penn State. Not my guy. But speaking of not my guy. So the Lions do have the last pick of the first round as well. I like Lewis Sign as the safety choice. Is that who I would go with the Lions? I think you need more of a revolutionary linebacker. Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean. It doesn't just make more sense. I mean, even if David Ajabo drops, that wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't go as far as saying wide receiver yet. I think wide receiver you can see in the next round. In round 2. Because just 2 picks after, here they went Kier Elam, corner. But I mean, you have Pickens right there. You could still get Pickens. There's an Alec Pierce right there. If you wanted to get like a Matt Carroll, he's right there. You got running backs. You got options at 34. Is Elam the guy? If you think Akuda is not the guy and he's a bust, you would go Elam. But I just don't think this is the time yet. I'm just not sold on a Elam, who they have them picking. I think a Pickens would be good. But that's a lot further up. 10 picks sooner than the Browns. Excuse me. Oh, you got to highlight almost to 15,000 points. I see how it is. I'll see it. I see you. Everyone wants that 15,000 bonus. Until I raise it to 20,000 next stream. Just kidding. Not going to do that. That wouldn't be fair. But yeah, I just not a fan of the cornerback pick there, even though they need it. I think a splashier pick makes more sense. And here's the one that makes a lot of sense also for me. Bears at 39. So, da Bears. Pressing need at line. Pressing need at wide receiver. Man, you lost Allen Robinson. You also didn't utilize him his last year, which I blame Nagy mostly for. And I don't mind Alec Pierce. That's not a bad pick. Pickens wouldn't be bad. I would even go as far as saying if we had to go line, I would go Bernhard Raymond, the tackle. And he's kind of like the only guy close to the pick. So that's who I'd go. But Alec Pierce, I'm okay with it. Got to get some speed guys. Got to get some talented receivers. Moving right along to the Vikings at 46. They got Nakobe Dean, linebacker. Not bad. They could use a very good athletic, instinctive linebacker. Can't argue. Can't complain. And here's why I like the other pick for the Bears. Here at 48, when the Bears pick again, all 9 picks later, don't mind the tackle pick here. Nick Petit-Frere. Sure. We'll go with that name. I don't mind it because you're looking at Sky Moore. You're looking at Wan'Dale Robinson for wide receivers. And Alec Pierce wasn't bad at 39. Petit-Frere is not bad for a tackle. And this would be a very good tackle. So, again, can't complain. Can't argue. Packers at 53. Travis Jones, nose tackle. I'm okay with that. They could use some defensive line help. Probably would want a corner as well sometime. And of course, you got wide receiver there that you would need. Oh, wait, they're picking right here at 59. Calvin Austin, wide receiver. Boom. Not a bad pick, man. I like that wide receiver pick. He's a speedster. He's talented. Good pick up there. This leaves us to the third round. Here we are in the third. Lions are at 66. Khalil Shakur. Not bad. I mean, he's a Boise State wide receiver. Boise State, the tiny big time team. If Khalil Shakur can prove to be like a Amon-Ra St. Brown, that'll be great. That's what they need. They need talented guys like that. The Bears at 71. Not a fan of this one, honestly. This time they have us going David Bell for wide receiver. And I'm just like, 2 wide receivers, maybe not the choice here. Why would I say that? Well, I don't want to stretch for linemen. But if I feel like we need corners, which we kind of do for the Bears, there's a Joshua Williams from Fayetteville State. There's a Jalen Pritter from Baylor. Available according to this draft. Even a John Menchie makes more sense to me. David Bell's not terrible. He's a possession guy. He's big. He's a great route runner. But I'm not sold on this pick. I don't know if I would like wide receiver there. I wouldn't mind even like a tackle again. Getting another tackle. But that requires some guys to drop, and that's where I think the issues come. You need them to drop to get to there. And there's going to be guys. All right, moving on in this NFC North. The Vikings are at 77. Not bad pick. Tackle guard Jamari Sawyer. Not bad. Actually don't mind it for them. They kind of could use another blocker, rotation wise and whatnot. I can see it working out. Dropping down later in the draft for this third round. Moving right along, trying to find. There's the Packers at 92. Jeremiah Moon, not a bad pick. Can't complain. They need a linebacker for the middle of the field. Middle linebacker, not a bad pickup at all. Looking around, Lions at 97. They got Michael Clemens, another defensive end. Why not? You get, I think it was Walker in the first round. Get Clemens in the third round. Could have a decent future there. And that's it. With that said, that is the draft preview that was planned. Because I am just happen to be here, I happen to be a Bears fan. Wow, Bears fan. They normally do 7 rounds, so I don't know why they have 6, but that's okay. 7 is usually like a throw stuff at the wall type stuff. So, without trades happening, looking, let's see where else the Bears draft and kind of give input on who's available. So, Bears don't have a 4th round pick at all, apparently, which I think I knew. I think that was part of the Giants trade. Yeah, I think that's where that came out of. So in the 5th round, moving right along. In the 5th round, there's the Bears. They got a linebacker, James Skalski. I'm okay with it. I'm not wowed by it, but again, we're in the 5th round. I mean, he's a talented guy from a good school. So he probably would be a good value pick there. James Skalski, linebacker. 2 picks later at 150, Braxton Jones, tackle. I don't know if I like that pick. He's from Southern Utah kid. Okay. But I don't know if tackle's where I would go there. I would kind of want to say, let's go like Logan Bruss, who could be a guard. Sometimes these small school guys pan out. Sometimes these guys just fall through the cracks, honestly. Find it interesting, though, in this mock that the Vikings end up with Bailey Zappi. Pretty much Zappi was a highly talented kid from Western Kentucky, put up stats, and they have him there. So, see if the Bears have anything else before we go to the 6th. Nope, we're in the 6th round then. Thought the Bears had more, but I guess they would be slim this year. Looking at it, Bears at 186. They got Josh Joby. Honestly, cornerback, not opposed to that. I like that. Josh Joby, if we can get him that low, yeah. I'm okay with that. I was going to say, I'm not seeing any names that jump out that I would prefer, so yeah, let's take that. And that would be it before the 7th round, which they would no normally people don't do that round. So if I just go Bears. Yeah, the first Bears pick, second Bears pick. Yeah. So again, not opposed to what I'm seeing. So, not opposed to a lot what I'm seeing. There's still a lot to go over, of course. As for the streams, for the gaming, retro gaming, I'm going to see about trying to catch us up tomorrow off screen. Catch us up back to the... Oh, what is it? The factory that we were at. The goal is to get us back there, and then when we stream Saturday, we'll be back in the factory. Hopefully stronger, better, and faster. But as typical fashion, we try to keep Thursdays short, because short shows aren't that bad. It helps keep things short, keeps things mellow, keep things going. Ah, there we go. That's what I needed. I was going to say, someone asked about this. Now I'm trying to see if I can... Just trying to see who won. Who won? Don't want to open it. Boom. Ah, now it's going to make me do it no matter what. Of course. Of course, of course. Don't mind me just singing and looking and trying to figure things out. Oh, man. I don't know why this is drawn a blank to me, and I got asked this weekend, so now I'm curious. Anyways, as usually, we're usually better than this at the end. We're a little more focused. So let's talk about the NBA, because the NBA, you know, that's one of our things. We're like basketball. We're big basketball people here. The Heat are up 2-0 over the Hawks. The Nets are down 0-2 to the Celtics. Celtics up 2-0. Bucks and Bulls split decision. They're 1-1. Sixers are up 3-0 on the Raptors. Western Conference Suns and Pelicans split 1-1. Grizzlies and Timberwolves split 1-1. Golden State up 2-0 on the Nuggets. Mavericks and Jazz are also split at 1-1. Very quick rundown. But you know, looking at something we don't normally talk about a lot on here, baseball. So the reason why we don't talk a lot about baseball is because baseball just goes on and on. Do it. I don't know what we're doing. Oh, gotcha. But yeah, so the reason why we don't talk a lot about baseball, it just goes on and on and on and on. But the goal usually is to talk about it a little bit. just a little bit enough. I mean, the Indians are leading the Central, the Blue Jays leading the East. Angels are in first in the West, which is shocking only because they should be there. The Mets, by far, in first in the East in the National League. Cardinals first in the Central, up a half game over the Brewers, who has more wins but more losses. And the Dodgers leading the West as well. So, we're just running through some of these sports stuff real quick. So not bad. I was trying to look up the fantasy stuff and could not find it. So we'll have to find that later for that discussion. Oh man. I am exhausted from this week of work. Not gonna lie. It'll be good to know tomorrow is the last day of the work week, and then the weekend's here. And the weather is finally going to be sunny and warm. However, I hope you're all okay. I know Huffman out there. Hope you get better, bud. As always, though, we're on everything: Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. If you have any questions sports-wise, doesn't matter if it's wrestling. I know Chronic is just finished King Goose's reign on the WWE My Rise. There's your shout out. I was going to say, I probably should program that so that you can actually do a shout out. But anyways, like I said, emails. Send them on in. And of course, I'm the host, Biro. And don't forget to give Ever Retro a look. Like I said, I enjoy all the accessories I got, all the gaming merch I got, all the things they help. So, link in the bio. I will see you guys this weekend for some retro gaming. Whether we continue down this path for Final Fantasy VI, 3 in my case, due to it being on the Super Nintendo, or maybe I'll surprise us all and do something different. Probably not that. I'll probably end up caving and trying to beat Final Fantasy VI, being a person that just wants to, complete things. So with that being said, once again, I am your host, Biro, as all the emotes spread like wild on the screen. I will see you guys this weekend.